When I got the phone call from school, Gabe had been sick previously for a couple days. His teacher had just said he wasn't himself, that something was off. When I went there, he was sitting outside the office and he couldn't really respond. He couldn't pick up his backpack.
It was little things like I would have my phone, I'd be clicking the button on and off and on and off.
They ran some spinal taps and some different tests. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. Things were just getting worse and worse. And the decision was made to have him airlifted to London Health Sciences.
They said maybe 6 more hours he would have made it.
The first few hours that we got down to critical care, we were introduced to Dr. Ranger, Gabe's neurosurgeon. She said, your son's very, very ill. We feel that his brain is starting to swell. And things were just getting worse. And she said time was of the essence. We need to get him in the OR.
They did the first craniotomy.
So basically they took off the side of his skull.
Half of the skull. Yeah.
His intracranial pressure was so high, we almost lost him twice.
Mm-hmm. And then they had to take off the other side of the skull after that, because it wasn't relieving enough pressure.
Well, when I first came out of the surgery, I was completely paralyzed left side. So not being able to move and not being able to communicate was probably the scariest thing.
Well, he couldn't talk for about the first 2 weeks or so. He was still intubated, and then even when he started to breathe on his own, he still couldn't speak at all. So he was just slowly coming out of it, and it was little signals that gave us hope every day.
When he was learning to walk and talk and eat and all that over again, we took little wins. We just looked for the little win in every day.
I was 6 years old when Gabe went into the hospital. I didn't know what was happening to him. I didn't know if he was gonna die.
Gabriel was in the hospital for 77 days. He was actually discharged on his brother's birthday because Jackson had made it well known that it was his birthday, and when the doctor asked what he wanted for his birthday, he had said for his brother to go home. So they signed his discharge papers on January 6th. Gabe's doing fantastic. He's actually made a full recovery, which according to his doctors is amazing. That's something they never expected. A miracle. He's a miracle kid.